right, guys, welcome to the E4 podcast. I'm here with my co-host Aubs, and we got two familiar faces. We got Brittany from sports and Brent from Moonshine. I almost fucked that one up, but I made it through.
You struggled with that. Hesitated.
I was like, wait, who am I? Where am I? Who are these people? But I was like, oh, that's right. That Tawaka shot really fucking hit you hard a little bit.
So Jerry Springer died.
Jerry Springer died, and that's also as relative. Okay. All right. Brittany and Brent, y'all are on because y'all are putting. Well, Brittany, you're putting on Bar Wars here in Victoria, digging it up out of the grave. We thought that thing was done with, but no. Brittany said, "Fuck no, not on my watch."
Was there a gap?
6 years.
6 years, right? Yeah.
A 6 year gap.
It's been 6 years, yeah. It was 2017.
Our homeboy Andre has been reigning champ for 6 years.
Oh my god, he's so excited about
no one has been able to have a chance of fucking, challenge him for the fucking crown.
He is the reigning champ.
I'm actually okay with Andre having the crown. I thought he was like, hey man, the crown looks good on him. I'm cool with it.
I am.
I kind of love anybody that's like almost obnoxious about it, that it's like, yeah, I am the best. Like that's the attitude I actually kind of want.
Andre, like, by the way, Andre,
I love that.
I want to. Yeah, I think if I ever won Bar Wars, I would put it on all my fucking resumes. I'd be like, yes, achievements, the Bar Wars champ. The 2023 Bar Wars champ. Like, you can't fuck with me. Like, I made a hell of a Bloody Mary. I put a fucking whole ass fucking shrimp in that motherfucker. Like,
Then the flip side of that is I know people would go into like 205 and stuff when Andre was working, and they'd ask for a Bloody Mary from someone else, and they'd be like, "Oh no, you want it from Andre? He won an award."
He won an award. Did that with him. I worked with him.
I was gonna say that's what I think of whenever I think of Bar Wars, and I think of Andre and all of that. I was like, the Bloody Mary, right? Like that was his.
Oh, he would get so mad at me because they'd order a Bloody Mary from him. I'm like, dude, you don't want it from me, man. Like, you see that guy over there? That dude just won an award for his Bloody Mary. And Andre just looking at me like, fuck you, dude.
Oh my god, I didn't think there was a dark side to it, but you're right. There is. Like, and then what if they get mad? Like, hey, hold on, I saw the Bloody Mary from your Bar Wars. What's this? What's this shit? Why is there just a lime and lemon in my Bloody Mary? Where's the shrimp?
Where's the crab legs?
Where's the crab legs?
Well, that's the problem too. It's like we've already set the bar before because we did this. I think it was for like four years that they did Bar Wars. So it's like they kind of got like more like outrageous every time they did it because it's like once you see somebody else is throwing crab legs and a steak in theirs, and you show up with like a lime and a lemon, it's kind of like underwhelming at that point,
I think
so now the stakes have kind of been raised a little bit. So now people are getting real creative.
The first year I literally just put a piece of bacon on it and like a lime and a lemon, and then like the next year, I shit you not, somebody had like a whole sushi themed one. I don't remember who it was.
Wow.
Who was it? But no shit, like it looked fantastic. But like
food on top of a
there's
drink.
been so many different
tomato juice.
You're right.
You got like
kebabs, like fucking everything. Everything.
Yeah, it's literally
like
like
a whole roasted chicken on there. How did you even do that? Like, what?
I kind of love that.
Bounce out of a glass. I don't even know how you do
You
it.
got that image of like instead of beer, like the beer chicken, it's the Bloody Mary inside of a whole chicken.
That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for Bar Wars.
God, I hope someone does.
It's like, what is that? Like a Bloody Mary stuffed chicken? Like,
Just a little quill.
Oh, I love it, dude.
You just stab it and like fucking Bloody Mary juices comes out of it.
I'll literally cry. I swear I'll cry if someone does that.
Drink the Bloody Mary out of
I gotta figure out how to do that.
All about that presentation, man. Yeah, presentation, baby.
So I actually don't like Bloody Marys at all.
Well, you never had
I had one the other day. I tried. I was like, oh, I'm hungover.
I
need to
like
drink
an
a Bloody
hour
Mary.
ago.
They're not for everybody, man. I'm okay with them.
I
can't stand
like
V8.
tomato juice.
I can't stand tomato juice. But you put some vodka in it, man. It's a game changer. I don't know what it
It's
is.
everything.
No.
Just a little vodka
literally
and
drinking
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I would get later though. I prefer the Bloody beer. I like the chiladas, man, a little more than Bloody Marys. But
yeah, those are pretty good.
I was gonna say, okay, so then next time I went to a Mexican
little
restaurant,
lighter.
I got the chilada instead of
Yeah.
Bloody
michelada.
Mary. That's just too much. Yeah, I was like, nope.
It's just the tomato juice.
Yeah,
man.
so
That's-
I won't say
beer
which
kinda
competitor it
waters
was.
It's like a little light. It's like a lighter
But
Bloody
like
Mary.
one of the
But like you
competitors
doctored up, like just
kinda
like
got a
Bloody
little
Mary, like whatever
sad
you
that they
want, like
couldn't,
olive juice or
bring their own Bloody Mary mix.
Oh,
They're
yeah?
like, we have to build it there. And I was like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, you can't buy Zing Zang at the store and then come and bring your pre-made Bloody Mary mix and then say you're, like, building the best Bloody Mary, and you really didn't. So we're making them use V8 and start from scratch and just build it up
Do
from
y'all
there.
still do that at sports? It's like just plain ass V8?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So what
so,
exactly
shit.
is
Man, they taste
in
so much
Bloody
better,
Mary
but such a
mix?
pain in the ass when you're busy, dude. Holy crap.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, there's a lot of interpretations. You can do anything, but I mean, I think like all the like basics of it is like lemon, lime. I'm gonna butcher this word, but Worcestershire, you know,
Worcestershire.
and then
Worcestershire.
like olive juice.
Was
But
it
like,
who's your sister sauce?
Fuck up every syllable on
Way
it.
better. It's way better.
there's a lot of ways you can go with it. Like some people do like pickle. Like one of the best Bloody Marys I've ever had was in Austin. They put Guinness in it. It was
I
awesome.
like dark beer makes a really good like bloody beer or like a michelada.
Michelada?
It
Yeah.
really
Bloody
is
Mary.
good.
Shiner by. I really like Negro Modelo.
Dude, I was
Modelo
fixing to say that.
makes a great chilada.
It really
man.
does.
And I just never thought like a dark beer would translate well to
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, that's a weird mix, right?
somebody, I don't remember the first time I had one with Guinness, and I was even like, oh, that sounds terrible,
that sounds
man.
pretty bad.
It was really good. Yeah.
Well,
I've
you
gotten
can
to
do
where I
pretty
do,
much
like, a-
everything with it. It really just depends on what you want to do. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Personal
you
preference.
can go
I mean,
like a cucumber kind of route, pickle, olive, like the beer.
some
Like
people put like whole ass like minced garlic and horseradish and I mean just whatever you want.
that's
really.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda likes a stinky Bloody Mary, and low key
Yeah.
I do
And it's
too.
like
I
real
ain't gonna lie.
stinky,
I
man.
It's like you're
do.
chewing that thing when you
I
drink it.
do.
It's
I
like-
like it. I want to chew it.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
I like it.
You want to chew it.
I do.
Stop
I ain't
it,
gonna lie,
man.
I do.
I want
So
stuff
I like
stuck in
it,
my
but-
teeth afterwards.
We all have our
See, I don't
preferences.
care. I don't care
That's
for that much. But
My God.
I was gonna
dude.
say though, I've gotten to where I do like a hybrid thing for myself. Obviously, when I'm super hungover, like I do a hybrid. I do a Bloody Mary with beer. Like I put the vodka and make a Bloody Mary and then pour beer in it.
I
and-
think I could get with one of those.
Yeah, well, you know, I might have a drinking
That
problem.
might be the only way I want to
Let's make it more alcoholic.
Exactly.
Let's make it more alcoholic.
You're like,
That's
my
where I'm
michelada's
at.
not strong enough. Just pour some vodka in
Yeah,
it.
give me a white claw. Put a shot of tequila in it.
Yeah,
It's
there
not
we
strong
go.
enough. Let's go. Nah, but it's good, man. I like them. I enjoy them, man. But you're right. It's an acquired taste, really. Like it's not for everybody. Like I said, straight V8, I wouldn't even touch it. It's
Yeah.
gross. That's gross to me.
I feel the same. I feel
But
the
give it
same
to me
way.
in a pint glass
but-
with vodka.
Back that people really do.
No, I dated a
Should've
guy
had
that
a
would go
V8.
to when we went to Denny's one time, and he ordered tomato juice on ice. We broke up soon after. But I was like,
Yeah,
was
I
it.
left
That
him
was the-
sitting there.
That was the straw.
Dude, I
this
would.
can't be what you're ordering to wash down your food. Like this just can't
But
be.
you're gonna eat a meal with that? No.
Literally
just no.
tomato juice, and I was like, you're not even gonna get like a water or like something else to like couple with that,
What
or
a-
like a little pepper. I don't know, like
fucking
just literally
monster,
anything.
dude.
Like,
Tabasco at least, man.
A monster.
literally my nightmare.
I've never heard of anything more Jeffrey Dahmer than that shit right there, dude. Like
Red flag.
red
Like I said,
flag.
it didn't last long. It was like, I'm sorry, you can't pass this shit down to my kids or something.
Yeah, I don't want you around my children.
Orders this at a restaurant. Like, what the fuck? Absolutely not.
Whole family's done it for
real.
years. It's just like,
No, that's not gonna be our
what my
family.
granddad does.
I would be instantly scared for my life. Instantly.
That's not normal. You don't see that every day. I'm not gonna lie, man.
That's not.
The fact that it was normal was what scared me.
Like, he was totally
Like,
fine with
he
it,
was
though.
You
like-
don't do this? He's
I
all
ordered like
you
a
don't do this?
coffee
Like you
and
were
a
being
water.
weird. Like you were the weird one.
No, for real. He's like, you've never drank this? I was like,
Never done this?
no. What the fuck?
Who taught you
No.
this?
Why would anybody?
It was seasoned with vodka, yes. It's a Bloody Mary, but like not for my breakfast.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
I'll have a
Yeah,
pancake
gross.
and
Just
a glass
ima-
of tomato juice.
Exactly.
Oh my
They
God,
still
that's
ordered a full
terrible.
breakfast. That's what confused me. Like I was like, it's eggs.
Could you imagine just me and the waitress like, excuse, what? Like, you know,
I'm
just
sorry,
what?
what?
Sorry, what? Tomato juice? I'll see if we have it. Like, you know,
Because
just,
I'll know tomato sauce.
Yeah, I think
I want the
depending on who
sauce.
you ask, when you're him, you have a different opinion on who ruined that breakfast.
Yeah.
right.
I think it was him, and he thinks it was me because I was obviously like so weirded out by the whole thing. I was like, what the hell? Just so weird.
I'm with you. I'd be weirded out too. I'd be like, yo, that's a little like I said, I'll be looking at that exit door like real quick, like quickest path. Like where's it at? Like,
Get out of here.
gotta get out of here. Did I just eat drugs? What did he drug me? Like, are you worried about? All right, okay. So back to Bar Wars. So I'm sorry, we went off a little path right there, but it happens.
Oh, you're talking about sorry, we'll go back to Bloody Marys. So I will say there was one year because I've participated in the first 3.
I lost
2 or
count.
3. I don't remember. It's been so long now. But so the first year, it was Terrence from Brown Bag. We're talking about like bringing your own mix in. He actually like juiced, like he made his own Bloody Mary mix with a juicer, and it was fucking amazing. And that's where we're going to the Brown Bag all the time. Like he made it one night when we were just hanging out before Bar Wars, and he was like, "Try this," and I was like, "I shit you not." Talking about drinking just straight tomato juice, that's gross to me. But just that, like what he made, like his combination of them, like he worked on his combination of like cucumber, tomato, celery, whatever the fuck, and it was amazing. Like you just drink it straight. It was the greatest thing I've ever had. And he won Best Bloody Mary that first year because he was able to bring his own mix in. But is that fair? I don't know. Nobody really questioned it because it was the first one. We were still trying to figure everything out. But that was amazing. It was one of the best things I've ever drank in my life, and it was like juice, like vegetable juice, and that's so weird to say, but. It's probably better to that's.
I think fairness has been a big conversation around like
obviously,
a lot of the decisions we made because it's like
else made,
Well, we've obviously they did it for 4 other years, so there's been complaints from customers, from competitors, from whatever, saying so and so wasn't fair, this wasn't fair, this wasn't fair, this wasn't fair. So I was like, cool, well, I'll start from scratch. Everybody gets V8, everybody gets the same thing.
I think that's the best
Everybody's
way to do it,
allowed to bring like any type of mixer that you want. If it's non-alcoholic and it's not a Bloody Mary mix, you can bring it in, any kind of weird syrup, seasoning, like weird olives. Like, I don't care whatever you bring, but we're all going to start out at the same page. Yeah. And then where y'all go from there, I think is like a, better testament to how good your Bloody Mary is if we're all starting in the exact same spot.
It levels the playing field for sure, man. That's the best way to do it, I think. But
yeah, because I would say
that first year we were figuring things out. That first speaking of everybody bitch, I worked at sports and I won Bar Wars.
Oh yeah.
So imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. Oh,
see, and then people are like, "You're not competing," and I'm like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, no, I'm not competing because I already know that this was like one of the stories people complained about, and I'm like, absolutely not. No.
How many people do y'all have signed up?
As of now, it's 7.
Okay. How many have? Years before,
is there a couple, like there might be a couple more
or what?
Well, so like I think the most they ever had was like 12, and then the least they ever had was 7, and I wanted 10. That was my ideal number. But I think like something I've learned in this process of just events in general is that like people, sponsors, contestants, whatever, like people make a lot of promises and they don't come through. So I had a lot of people that I was like, I didn't even think this was going to be an issue at all. Yeah. And Amanda had kind of warned me like, hey, you might have a problem finding contestants. And I was like, nah, like I got it. Like I've had so many people reach out to me before I even reached out. So I was like, this isn't going to be an issue. I've had people that have paid that I've had to reimburse.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Because they've backed out to that point.
Really?
Why do they back out? Do they get nervous or are they just...
I mean, I don't want to be an asshole, but like they said, I was like, after I sent them the rules and the rounds and everything, they were like, oh my God, family emergency. And I'm like, but in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks.
You're calling in sick in 2 weeks.
She might really have a family emergency. I'm going to feel bad, but at the same time, it kind of seemed like she chickened out. But
you think
that was just how I felt about it.
You think they might have gotten intimidated by it after they saw...
Yeah.
Huh.
That's how it felt to me. While it's when I get all the information, all this, they've known the date. This person in particular has known the date for at least a month. At least.
I mean, I get it. Like... I don't know. I think from the last Bar Wars, the ones we were in, like it was kind of a free for all, right? The rules were very loose. I remember one year I just brought in some ice cream just because, like, I forgot what I was making. I was all like
signature drink.
I was like signature drink. It's
gotta have a fucking scoop of ice cream on top.
I get my little ice cream scooper out, and then I'm like, all right, here we go, guys. Like, just whatever. But at that point, like, I don't know. I felt like I wasn't trying.
He just brought it for himself to get through the competition.
Then, like later on, I was in the corner, like eating ice cream, like, oh yes, homemade vanilla, so good, like whatever, right? I forgot what I made for it, but it was I feel like Bar Wars wasn't like a chance to compete. It was a chance to be wild with your shit, like just for the shock value, right?
Yeah.
First couple were like that, I think, man.
Yeah,
it was fun.
The first year was like kind of exploring the waters. I want to say I made a pickle Bloody Mary, for the first one, but then Terrence with his fucking badass juice, I instantly knew I was gonna lose.
No,
I was like, all
nobody
right,
was
here
gonna
we
beat
go,
that, man.
And, and then by like round 2 or 3, I'm ready fucking buzzed as fuck, right? Because I'm sampling shit, taking my own shots, and I'm just like, So it was more about just having a good time, which is, it's for charity, so we should be having a good time.
The second year there were a little more rules.
Yeah, more
after
rules.
The first year,
more rules about us, like not getting drunk and stuff. And then I hear now you have those rules still set in place, which are very important, right?
That's good.
We don't want no one getting DUIs and stuff, leaving bar wars and stuff.
Some stuff happened that first year, but it was necessary.
But I can see where it's a little intimidating whenever you even the playing field, right? To where you can't prep. Because it makes it more of a really a real Bar Wars, to where you're just really seeing the skill set on each individual and seeing what they can come up with by evening it out. I mean, that can kind of be a little intimidating, like
but that's the point, though, man. I mean, that is the whole point of this.
It is.
I mean, I get it, I do, but like,
you get some bragging rights.
There's
man.
there's 4 rounds, and so I feel like, okay, if you suck at making a Bloody Mary, just go up there. Make it, don't make a shitty Bloody Mary, but just do your best, whatever. And then you could thug it out in the other rounds. Like, you could kill it in the other rounds and be fine. So there's like chances to win because each round has a winner, and then you have an overall winner based on the scoring.
I was going to ask, is going to be a caption where it's like a best Bloody Mary, best signature.
Yeah, so the rounds they're going to be there's a Bloody Mary round, there's a signature drink round, which that one's a real free for all because there's really no rules except for you just can't bring anything alcoholic in. So you make whatever you want. And then there's a wild card round, which this year we're going to be sponsored by Del Papa. So we're doing like a Western Sun wild card round. So every contestant's going to pull a different Western Sun flavor vodka.
Okay.
And then they'll have to pick a mixer. Everybody's going to draw out a vodka
and
draw out a mixer,
Yeah.
make something out of that. And then the last one's going to be a speed round, which Brent and I went back and forth for like a long time trying to figure out how do we make this work? How do we make it fair? How do we make it something you can judge? How do people not cheat?
Wait, what's a speed round? What would you do?
It was hard, but we got it worked out.
So we talked about it a lot, and it's something that I told Brittany, it's something that I always wanted to incorporate, and I just never really could figure out a good way to do it. With limiting waste, obviously for the bar. How do you judge it? How do you time it? What do you do? The whole just ins and outs of everything.
Yeah.
I think you got a good system for this one.
Because I replaced the beer cocktail round. Because I think it's cool, and it's like, it's not talking shit, but I also don't really feel like that's like a thing that's indicative of a good bartender at all. I don't know any beer cocktail ever that other than like a michelada.
Yeah, I was
but that's about it.
That's
right.
pretty, that's pretty niche, right? Like it's a small.
Yeah, like you do like a cider with a shot of Fireball. I guess that's technically a beer cocktail, but and there's a lot of things you can do, but I don't ever make beer cocktails.
Yeah. Oh, Sex of the Fat Man has that fucking.
That's technically a beer cocktail.
Smirnoff.
Then there's all kinds
I've been making those left and right at Dodge.
I saw you post the other night. That's awesome.
And so I don't know why, but I started taking pictures of different drinks I make, and I just be posting just whatever, right? Just to show people what the fuck I make at Dodge. And then
gnarly
wildfire, dude. People come in like, "Hey, I saw your post about Sex with the Fat Man," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, I can make it, I guess.
It's
and
a very
Bob
colorful,
Marley's was another one.
The presentation on those things are so nice, man. Yeah. It sells it. Like the Sex with the Fat Man just looks good. But the beer cocktails, man. I guess you're right. Technically, that's a beer cocktail. It's just not a big seller. I mean, especially around here. I don't know anywhere.
Nobody really makes anything like that. So that was the round that I never really. I understood why they did it because you couldn't. It was hard to work out the speed round. That was like the hard thing because it's like, how do you do that? How do you judge a speed round and then also do it like on taste and things like that? Like, how do you account for a time and then also taste? Like, how do you score that? So what we ended up having to do was, and I know some people kind of hate me for it, but everybody understands is we have to use jiggers.
Sounds right. Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way
once
that
again,
you
it's
can make
leveling
sure
the playing
that,
field. It's like the Bloody Mary.
What's to stop them from pouring a
You
2 count of Crown
Yeah.
and a shitload of cranberry, and some like a little dash of amaretto and calling it a red snapper.
So is that there's a set drink that is like everybody has to make that same.
So I printed out like a list of like these are all the options of things you're gonna pull. So
Like, be
you know
familiar
everything
with
on
all
this
of
list, you're good.
Yeah.
If you don't, brush up.
Yeah.
And then that day I'll give little recipe cards and stuff. So it's like they're gonna know what's in it.
Yeah.
So that way there's like, you know, nobody's confused
No
about
confusion,
like what's
yeah.
in it, but it's like y'all should know how to make a kamikaze at this point. So I mean, on the cool, I'm still gonna give it to you, but like you should know how to make it, and then they're gonna have to sit there and like jigger,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then
Like
do
you're
that.
saying though, it's like, well, yeah, if you're basing it purely on speed, it's a speed round. I can go up there and just throw a bunch of shit as fast as possible. It's gonna taste
Yeah.
like crap and look
Yeah.
like shit,
Yeah.
but I was the fastest.
No,
like,
Yeah.
tastes good,
it's hard to
look good,
it's hard
gotta
to
be
where
good.
you
So it's like,
set
yeah, without the
parameters.
jiggers,
Could
there's
you
no
imagine
way
a kamikaze that you don't even shake? You just pour it all in the
This
shot
vodka
glass.
sweet and
It's vodka sweet and sour. Like, okay, go. Like, you
That's
didn't even shake. This
terrible.
is room temp. Like, what the
It's
fuck? Like,
terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
So
tough,
yeah,
man.
speed,
It's a lot of
speed is real hard to do. I think the only way I've seen it done was everyone had their own. There was one well, and each bartender just had a list of drinks to make, and they would just go at it. So it would be like a Cape Cod, a well whiskey and Coke, and there would be like 4 drinks, and they'll just be there, and the judges are watching them actually do it, and then they're like done, and they'll see like exactly, and they'll go taste everything. All right, it's good, and they'll get points knocked off if things were off or whatever. But it was like one bartender at a time
Yeah.
doing this thing, whatever, right? So
well, that's another thing. I didn't want anybody to like feel pressure from that,
Yeah.
and like them not do it
give
because
me
of
all the
that.
pressure.
Like
Give me all
have
the
one
pressure.
person
I want
up
the
there,
pressure.
and then like an entire bar is watching them make this. You know, so
I mean,
like,
that's
man, I don't
isn't
wanna,
that
like,
what we do
deter
every night?
anybody.
That's what we do every
It's
night.
true, but
Every night I'm making drinks with the fucking whole bar watching me. Like that's what they're. No one's looking at the ceiling like while I'm making drinks. You know, like just I don't know. I'm used to
Turn
being.
around. Oh, is that for
I'm
me?
used to being watched. You know, and then when I drop a beer or spill a drink, I'm
Yeah.
like, oops,
Even your
oopsies,
fuck-ups.
oopsies. You know, like, because it happens, right? You
sees
just
that,
gotta roll with the
too.
punch and be like, oh yeah, all right.
Yeah,
There's my one for the night, and then you know.
this is gonna be bracket style. So
Bracket
it's gonna be
style.
like head to head. 2 people are gonna pick a shot, and they're gonna go head to head. Stopwatch. All right, they're out.
Nice.
And then they'll just be done for the night. It's gonna be the last round. So it's
Nice.
like once they're
Yep.
out of that round,
Elimination.
they're
chill,
done.
yeah.
Go chill.
done.
We'll come
Go
back and take a
home.
group photo or whatever. But
Pack
yeah,
your shit, go
Pack
home.
your shit.
in my head, like if as
You
I've been
are
thinking
a
about it,
disgrace
I always want to be a
as a
dick
bartender.
about it and throw like a frozen drink. Be like, I need you to. I'm gonna give you a list of 5 drinks, and it's gonna be like 2 different kinds of frozen drinks, a martini, maybe a shot. You know, like
that'd be so
it is-
obnoxious. I would hate doing that.
As I'm saying it, I'm cringing. I'm just like, I would fucking hate every second of that.
Brent, do
but I think
you-
that'd be awesome to watch other people.
Do you
struggle
remember
with
the
it.
categories that we had in Bar Wars? I know we had Bloody Mary.
The first year it was Bloody Mary, martini.
We had a martini.
I think it was martini, a specialty drink, and wild card. I think that was the 4 rounds. I think.
Did we have a margarita round one year?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It's all-
like I
it's
said,
all a
I only
giant
did
blur now.
I only did the first 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm with you.
'Cause
on that
I
one.
missed like 2 of them.
I remember the first year. It was Terrence, you, then me. We're all standing on the same side of things.
Yeah.
But that was fun. But I mean, man, dude, I feel like there's so many different categories.
It just
you
I
can
can't
fuck
believe how
with.
long ago that was, man. Like that blows
So
my mind.
long.
It's been
So
so
long.
long.
That's on like
I'm glad.
6
I'm glad y'all are
years
doing
since
it
the
again.
last
Yeah.
one.
It
Since
has
the
been
last
6 years.
one.
And at any point in the 6 years, somebody, you know, Brent and I have talked about this, somebody could have picked it up and done it. I mean, it's been 6 years. For all they know, we never could have done it again. Like, I'm honestly surprised no one ever did.
I have
So
to-
what made you want to do Bar Wars again?
Because I'm competitive.
What do you mean you're competitive? Like, but you're
Well,
not
I
competing.
was
What are you
like-
competing against?
I mean, there's honestly, there's a slew of reasons. We talked about it for years. Ronnie and them had talked about it for a long time. And nobody really wanted to kind of do it. Like, they wanted to, like, show up and participate and all that. But nobody really wanted to do, like, the legwork as far as, like,
It's a lot.
all the sponsors
It's a
and the
lot. The
planning and,
organizing,
like,
yeah,
just all the nitty-gritty that actually, like, makes the event fucking run. Nobody wanted to do it, which is fine. But then I've been drinking a little bit one night, and I was talking to Ronnie Michelle, and I was
Sign
like,
me up.
I can do this.
totally
Like,
gonna do it.
I love Amanda, but I was like, look, if Amanda can do it, I can also fucking do this. Like, I can do this. And they were like, really? And then I was like, yeah. Got the little spark in me, and then I was like in January, and so by now I'm like
Woke up and was like, what the fuck did I
It's
do
happening. It's happening. I literally did this to myself. It's been fun, but yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
I remember when you called me before you made it public, and I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I'm like you said, I'm very surprised nobody else tried to pick it up. I've even thought about. I told you I've even thought about maybe trying to do something similar.
Yeah.
But that's why I haven't, because it's a lot of damn work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you're pulling it together. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
Well, I mean, it's also important to mention, it's like we are doing it for charity. It is for Meals on Wheels, which is like such a good organization. It like all goes directly back into the community. Like people that like we know, like even one of the ladies that they take pictures of all the time. Like I grew up with her, went to church together. She's like a grandmother figure, and she benefits from that. So it's like it really is for a good cause.
Yeah.
So it's like when we're raising money for it and all of that, but it's like to get the money, you're basically asking businesses and companies and people for money, which I'm not particularly comfortable with, even though it's for charity.
That's
but I'm like,
not
hey,
easy
can
to
you send me
do,
money,
man.
Right.
like, you know, for my event? Like, I don't love that, but I mean, I've been doing it, and a lot of people have been excited about it, and it's been really well received. Like pretty much everybody I've talked to about it, even the people at Meals on Wheels, have been like super stoked about it. Like it's pretty obvious they don't do events like this very often.
Yeah.
So they're all like super hyped. They had shot glasses made. I did not ask for that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we have sports Meals on Wheels shot glasses.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that
I was
first
like,
year,
this is the mashup I did not know I needed. I can't wait to bust out my Meals on Wheels shot glass at a party. But they've been so nice about it. They've been really good. And so far, just from like the sponsor money and like the application fees from the bartenders, like that all goes directly to them too. So we're already starting out at a really good point. And then we're also, that night, we're going to have a silent auction and then like a 50-50 raffle. Yeah. So it's like even more chance to make money from, you know, for the charity, stuff like that. So I have a goal personally, money-wise, that I want to reach. And I think I'm going to
You're getting there.
reach it.
Yeah.
You're there.
I think so.
I think so too.
I was gonna say, dude, that first year, man, they raised a hell of an amount because it was silent auction. It was at the door. It was either, I think it was $5 cash or canned food, because it was for
The food bank.
for
That's
food
who
bank.
they did it every other year.
But man, that barrel was full of cans, and then just off of the door, I couldn't even tell you how much they made. And then the silent auction,
And it was busy
a
that night,
ridiculous
too.
amount of money we made
Yeah.
for them. I remember the lady from the Gold Crest. She was such a sweet lady. I don't remember her name, but like, you could just see it on her face, like how like just dumbstruck she was, just overwhelmed with, I guess, the support and how much everybody, like how busy it was and what we
So
all
sweet.
turned out. It was awesome, man. It was really good. It's a good thing.
Hell yeah,
man.
man. If you wanna raise money, dude, just throw some alcohol at
Yeah,
people, dude.
see? There you go.
And
That's
she
the
gets
trick.
to scratch her competitive itch over here.
Yeah.
For
There
real.
you
And I'm
go.
getting off to this too.
For real. Well, because like I said, I'm like, the
Everybody
bar's already
wins.
been set. They've already done this before. So it's like me coming in, like I have shoes to fill. That's how it feels to me. I'm like, okay, there's already a bar set. I need to meet or exceed it. And there's like going under that is just not an option for me. So I'm like, anything I've had to do to like exceed expectations, like that's just what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but I'm confident you'll exceed it. I mean the old Bar Wars. I mean, we didn't even have anything to help advertise it, right? We just had Facebook.
I feel like it was just kind of thrown together.
It was kind of thrown together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it evolved.
Yeah,
It evolved over the years.
y'all on the
you know?
podcast. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
This
I was gonna
podcast will
say,
be
make sure
probably
this goes out
released
for-
at least a week before.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, this one will be out. But let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Cameras.
Yeah, it's break time. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back. Hey there. Are you tired of being ugly? I know I was. That's why I got me a moonstone and evolved into the beautiful bastard you see here today. Actually, I'm just playing. This is just a piece of rock. And we all think that you're beautiful here at the E4 podcast. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Let's go back to the podcast. Welcome back to the E4 podcast. We're just back from the break. We were talking about Bar Wars and the new one coming up. We're talking about raising money for Meals on Wheels. Brittany, you're saying that you're gonna most likely you're projected to meet that. Do you know how many sponsors you have this year?
I think this year it's 18.
18
I think
sponsors?
is the guess. Yeah.
And you had two types, right? You had the super sponsors and then your normal sponsors, right?
Yeah, so like the super sponsors and the normal sponsors, the differences were like the pricing and then how the name appeared on the shirts, and then also the amount of advertising that we would do for them throughout the year, like at sports, on the TVs and stuff like that. And there were two different types. So I think I had 5 or 6 super sponsors, and then the rest were the rest of the sponsors, but they came from all different types of places, all different. Some of them I thought were shoe-ins, some of them just random people. I was just like messaging people. I was like, I know a dude that works at Colligan, so I guess I'll message Colligan. So they're a sponsor, random people.
That is one good thing I will say about around here in town, that like people are very like ready to like be sponsors for things like this, especially for charity stuff. Like I don't know, like that, like Del Papa, that's a big sponsor, and
well, Del Papa's also, they have a partnership with Meals on Wheels, so they actively do things with Meals on Wheels throughout the year. Anyways, they donate drinks and
cool.
They do volunteer work for them, and so they kind of had more reason to do it than maybe some of the others. But a lot of them, I'm like, if for nothing else, like this is a tax write-off. Like, this is literally going back into the community. Like, there's a lot of, like, good national charities and stuff, which are great, but, like, we didn't even consider them because it's, like, we want to do something that goes back into Victoria, like, that impacts people's lives here. Like, so
like
we're able to
Tito's,
raise thousands of dollars for people that live here that, benefit from Meals on Wheels, because it's not just, like, elderly people. It's people that are disabled, people that have surgeries, like, all kinds of stuff. They even have a pet program. So, like, they accept...
pet program?
Yeah, so they accept, like, certain types. It's, like, I don't know if it's, like, dry or wet food, but they have a list of things that they'll accept. So, like, even the people that they service with their meals and stuff, they also will bring food for their pets and things like that. Dang. So, like, they actually really do... They do a lot. And they're catering a dinner for the contestants and the judges prior to the event.
Nice.
So everybody can show up and eat and... while we go over the rules and all that, and they're catering that as well. So we couldn't have picked I don't want to say better place, because the food bank was great. Like, we've never had a problem with the food bank. They were awesome every single year, but there was always talk about switching the charities. Just kind of like divvying the wealth a little bit. That was always a conversation, but they just didn't do it. So when we started up this year, we were going back and forth between a couple, and Meals on Wheels just won out, and they could not have been better about it. So
nice.
Yeah, because there's really nothing stopping you from doing this again next year for a different, charity.
Yeah. Different one every year, man.
Yeah, you really could. Yeah, but because we only did the food bank back in the day, but
yeah, it was food bank for like I guess every year. That we the 4 year, it was like 4 years, right?
Yeah, I think it was 4 years.
And look at them, they moved into the fucking Odori building, right? Was it?
That's because of Bar Wars.
Because of Bar Wars.
No, I'm kidding.
They raised all that money and bought that building.
They got so much money.
Yeah, no, I passed by that. I don't go on that side of town much. I didn't know that. I did, and I was all like, "Oh, that's the old Dory building," and then it's like the food bank now, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like it's the food bank now.
They are?
They still have the lights.
I had community service at the food bank for a while.
Yeah. Because they were by the Budweiser and all that over there off of
like Del Mar.
Yeah. No, they moved there's a big food bank thing where the Odori Club used to be, which I never got to go to.
Yeah, I never got to get.
I feel so bad. I wanted to. You used to
go
all the time?
Yeah, everybody went to Odori.
Did you ever go out to the smoking patio?
Yeah, the fucking the warehouse. The fucking warehouse.
No, literally, I went out there. I was like, "Are we gonna get shanked? Like, this is a real shanky."
It was a warehouse. Was the smoking patio?
It was the loading dock.
Yeah,
it was
like you know how they have like where 18-wheelers pull up and there's that big drop
or something, right? Like before Odori. I don't remember what it was before.
But those were like the airing out kind of windows.
That's also weird.
So like if you walked out, you'd just drop however many feet. It was real sketchy. It was real scary, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a big building though. It's a big building.
It was.
I'm sure the food bank hopefully fills it up with food.
It was too big. That's the problem. It was too big of a building.
Yeah. No,
didn't have enough.
that's the thing.
That's what we were talking about earlier, actually.
Anything to put in there.
It's like 10 people at Moonshine and 10 people at Sports.
It feels very
It's a big difference,
It feels
man.
very different.
It's a big place.
Yeah, I
Big
guess when it
place.
comes to like filling a bar, right, or just like the feng shui of the how it is, like, you know, you don't want to walk into a bar and feel like it's empty, right? But then it's like 10 people like at Sports, it being, you know, kind of open area feels
You're like,
different
"There's
than
nobody
like
here."
Moonshine, which everything is more smaller, more intimate.
Like, damn, it's
And
packed in
10
here
people,
tonight.
10 people at
Well,
the
yeah,
brown bag.
that's
or
like the risk
20
you
people at the
run
brown
with
bag and
having
20
them,
people
like-
at Shooters.
God, the brown
like,
bag. That place just always seems packed. No matter what, could be 2 people in there, and I'm like, God dang, like, where's
That's
the
a
room?
plus to having such a small
Yeah, it's always
building.
hot as
like,
fuck in there. It's always hot.
That's the risk you run
the
when these
brown
people
bag?
buy those
Yes.
big places.
They
like,
needed to fix that AC for
Damn,
probably
they got
like 8
fans.
years.
Like, you literally, people are like putting a fucking fan right behind them while they're eating and shit.
Dude, I remember that
Hold on,
place used to be cold
can I
as
get some of
fuck.
that fan over there?
We used to
And
talk
they'll
about the
turn it.
spot that where fucking Josh used to
Right
sit
there at
at
the end of the
that
bar,
corner of
man.
the spot because that
That was the
AC was
spot.
just blasting you right there.
Yeah, it doesn't
was
blast
cold as
anyone
fuck.
anymore.
Always.
It doesn't
And I have people
blast
complain
Sports
to me
is?
about it all the time, and I don't care.
I love it.
We keep them like cranked down, and it's lovely.
Absolutely.
They're on like 68.
So
all
does
of them.
Dodge. Y'all freeze
God.
people out sometimes. I'm like,
Everybody
what the hell?
hates me hates working with me because I put that motherfucker cold as possible, and you know.
Well, because the problem with sports
They
is
bring
it's such a big
jackets
place
when they
that
work
you
the
have to
gyms.
start at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
Because when you get bodies in the building,
Oh, yeah.
it raises. So if you wait until they're already there,
Yeah.
it doesn't have time. It's
It
never
takes-
gonna
it's
cool
such a
off.
big place.
Yeah.
It
You
takes
already
so
have to
long
just
cool
start
off.
there, and then it doesn't feel so bad by the end of the night.
That's
But like,
Moonshine.
Yeah,
I mean, you
people
remember
don't
those-
understand that. They don't
No, yeah, I
understand
hate
You
that.
when
remember
people,
Moonshine though? Like
complain
that place
about
is
it
so
being
small.
too cold.
When you pack 100 people in that place, the AC can't keep up. There's
Yeah.
no way. It's just miserable in there. We put it on like 65, and I'll still be sweating my
yeah,
ass
I'd
off.
rather go to a bar where I have to bring a sweater than go to a bar where it's like, cool, I'm gonna sweat the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I don't. It's a weird trade off, and I'm like, we're in South Texas.
The
Like,
bag.
I'm like, it's
Yeah,
a weird
like-
way of
I'm
saying
gonna
thank you
say-
for the AC.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
It's
hot
cold.
most
Brown
of the
bag, I
year.
need
You're
y'all
welcome.
to
Just
that AC.
instantly sweating out your alcohol that you're drinking.
That sucks. I'm like, dang, I want to eat some wings, but I'm over there fucking sweating trying to eat wings. I'm like, it's already hot. I can't. It's,
That's funny.
Well, we sweat year round, not also trying to sweat places I want to hang out.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
right.
we're on a patio. That's
I'm
one
over
thing,
here
but in
paying-
a building, like absolutely not. Like we'll just pay for the extra electricity.
Yeah,
like that's
girl.
fine.
We'll pay for the
It's
extra
really
AC,
okay.
all right?
It's not a big deal. for
Yeah,
real.
I recently, so not recently, but it's been a few years when I was in North Dakota. They don't have AC. They only have heaters.
Yeah.
Like, they have like fans for circulation, but during like, you know, the summertime, they're just like, no, we just turn on the fans.
When I lived in Denver, I was in a very old apartment building, but yeah, no central air heat. They had the old school like radiators for the heaters, which goddamn those things work like a champ. But that was it. Like,
Yeah.
didn't even need an AC. Which
AC,
Yeah.
open
Need
the
an
window.
AC.
the
Like,
exact
it was-
opposite. I went to Costa Rica, and it was hard to find. Like we were looking for Airbnbs, and it was the same thing. They didn't have ACs. And I was like a little stressed. 'Cause I
Yeah,
was like,
there's no
tropical
way.
Climate.
At
There's
Costa
no
Rica?
way.
But it was literally, it was like permanently like 72 degrees.
Oh, wow.
So you like never really needed
Yeah,
it. They had
that's
a
awesome.
heater, but you never really needed it, so it wasn't a problem. But I was a little stressed.
That's where I need to move to. I need to move somewhere where it's all like ACs. What are those? Because like,
God, yeah, that'd be great. Because I only have like 17 window units in my house. And they still don't keep my house cold.
17 windows.
Somehow. Still hot.
dude, nah, man, like I can't do it. But no, so Dodge will get hot whenever like we get packed, because we're all idiots, right? Like, you know, we don't think about the AC when we open the place up. Like
You're all
you're
62
lucky if we
degrees.
turn on all the lights, right? Like we forget the neon lights sometimes. We'll walk in and it's like, hell, who opened today? Like, I don't know, like, you know,
Yeah, I've been
whatever.
there, yeah.
And it's just like, you know, and then like we get busy just randomly, and it's like hot as fucking balls in there, and it's like you just see people sweating, eating wings, you know, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
But it's like, what can you do? Like, and then of course it's too late, right? Like, hey, turn on the AC, fuck face, goddamn, like, you know.
Yeah.
But it sucks though, dude. But I don't know. I just tell people to drink more beer. Like, hey, just drink more cold shit.
You won't notice.
You'll cool
Drink more
down.
cold
You'll cool
shit.
down.
You'll forget
No, I was
about
like, you know, just switch to beer or, you know, something. Like,
One thing about Ronnie and them, like temperature is a big thing. Temperature of the building, temperature of the beers, temperature of all that. Like if we serve a hot beer, Ronnie's gonna be pissed.
Fucking
Like,
thermometer.
we already know, like,
in there.
it is not an option.
Yeah, that's not a bad
We
way,
more
though.
risk things getting like icy beers.
Icy beers?
Yeah, because they're cold. Like the beers there, they are cold. We have frozen mugs. They are cold. That
y'all's mugs
building
are
is
fucking
cold.
frozen as
Like,
shit.
everything is
Those
cold.
are straight out the freezer.
I miss the
I
frozen
love it, dude.
mugs.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, I personally love it, but yeah, no, there's.
I guarantee you a car bomb out of them little frozen beer mugs.
Oh, and I do
makes
them out of them, too.
Such a difference. It makes such a difference in that shot, man. Skip and go naked. Do you still make skip and go nakeds like crazy?
Oh,
over
I
there like
hate
I did?
them, but yes.
No
Yes,
doubt.
I do make
I
them.
try to make them at Moonshine, and it is just not the same without the
No,
frozen
it's not.
mugs.
You
Those
gotta have
frozen
little
mugs,
frozen
man.
mugs with it. I actually had a guy come in like 2 weeks ago that we gave him his first car bomb. Just turned 21. He's like, "What is it?" You know, and I was like, like popping the Guinness. I was like, "Yeah, I know." He loved it.
Like an anime version of her, just like pulling up the glasses are all like whited out, you know, with the light. Oh, kid, you're fixing to find
Buckle
out.
up,
Well,
buddy.
yeah, because like even like on the roof and stuff, like in sports, it's like those like tiles that are like soft, so you can see bottle cap marks
Oh,
where
yeah.
people have been popping Guinness. Probably you.
Who did
yeah.
that? I don't
Probably
know who would have
Guinness
ever
bottle.
done
You
that
can see
shit ever.
exact. It's a bottle cap for sure. They're popping Guinness caps back there. Just so fun to do.
Dude, that is
So
one of
fun.
the
It really
yeah, it's
is.
so fun. It's the most like just
We don't have bottles anymore. I miss
the
it.
most therapeutic thing to do as a bartender is whenever you just hit a bottle just right and it goes pop and it just flies off. You don't give a fuck where it lands. Like I'll do it every once in a
I've
while.
hit
if
so
I'm-
many people.
Dude, I don't even say sorry. It just like I'll see out of the corner of my eye like some bitch get like and she's like looking around and I'm just like nope, pouring my drink like you know like
know who did
by
that?
the time it's falling and hitting somebody, I'm already pouring that drink, you know. So
Until
she
you take
just
the whole top off. You fuck up and take the whole top of the bottle off.
I've done it a
happens.
couple
there's
of
glass
times.
in there.
It's like, okay.
It happens.
Well, now we can't serve it. But
Yeah,
I
I've seen that TikTok to where they fucking do that little tapping on the bottle. They like tap the top, tap the bottom, then tap the top again. They fucking hit it, and it's like a clean fucking cut. Bah! And I was like, I haven't done it yet at the bars because I just don't want to fucking break bottles behind the
I
fucking
got
bar.
time for that.
Yeah, but, I mean it looks cool, but I just
party
like
trick.
I just like the clean swipe, like you know, turn my bar stool upside down, fucking pop, and then like fucking pour, fucking scares whoever's in front of me, and then,
Satisfying
you know.
pop, man.
Dude,
I'm
it
all
is. I
about
did it to
I'm
a
all about
Smirnoff last night when I was making a Sex with a Fat Man. And so
Topo-
I knew
Topo
they
Chicos
all
are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Topo Chico's real good.
Yeah.
Anything that pops real good. I think Dos Equis every once in a while. I'll get a good
Guinness
Dos
takes
Equis
the
pop.
cake though, dude.
Yeah,
Guinness
the
is
best.
like
It's the.
Yes.
I think it's the nitro in
it's
it.
so
Yeah, it's
satisfying.
so much
It makes
pressure.
such
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
the champagne cork
Pop.
noise. Like
I'm
it's
telling you,
so
when we
nice.
discovered that Moonshine, we could make them stick in the insulation. Like they have that
Oh
spray
my
insulation.
God,
If y'all ever go to Moonshine, you could go look up in the bar.
Dude,
There's
I
See how
want
far
to.
out they
shit.
go. That was the
Oh, no, it's not
competition
just-
for a while.
It's like
Like
bottle caps, man. There's so much shit stuck up there, like coasters. I found out you can stick coasters.
you're
So
like
that
those
was a thing
badass
one
kids
night.
at school that would like throw the pencils.
There's
up.
a pair of
Exactly.
shoes up there too, or what?
We Halloween, we had these little. They were like little bouncy balls, but they were eyeballs, and they were for like
Oh,
drink,
yeah.
just for drinks for some bullshit we were doing, right? And they were little super bouncy balls, right? So that was a fun game because we found out the first one I did, I stuck it, and I could never make it stick again. But just bouncing it as hard as you can, it was like. It was the greatest thing in the world. I found that
I don't
out.
know how the ceiling looks at Dodge. I don't think I ever looked at it.
Never looked at.
I kind of want to go tonight and actually just look at the ceiling and see what's in it because I have no idea what's in that ceiling.
I remember when Terrence was at the Brown Bag, and
Yeah.
he would do the Guinness things.
Dude, I miss Terrence so much, dude.
Rick actually made him like spray paint the tiles because they're black. They spray paint
Yeah.
them black up there, but it's that same kind of like soft shit. So of course everyone would just dig a chunk out, and it was white.
Yeah.
So like it made Terrence go up there and like repaint all of the ones that he fucked up.
He knows-
That was
you know,
the funniest shit.
you making all those goddamn cars. Yeah, I
I was
want
like,
to
I know
say
this is you. Get up there and fix it.
Yeah, I want to say Terrence was the first bartender that I saw to pop a Guinness bottle like that, and I was just like, as a little boy, like, I was just a little bar back boy, like like all I knew was how to wash this. But once I saw him do that, I was like, can I do that one day? Like, yeah, son, you sure can.
One
Just
day.
wait.
One day.
It's in the stars for you. Like, okay, cool. Like, like.
Dude, so on his eyeball comment, one of the things at Bar Wars that I thought was really funny was I was trying to give some of the contestants like reference photos as far as like, hey, this is what's been done before with like signature drinks and stuff, because a lot of them never competed because it's been 6 years, so it's like a lot of new bartenders and stuff. So I was trying to like, okay, I'll go back because Jenny King was the photographer for the last Bar Wars, so it was like really well documented. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll find some photos for you. But it was on Halloween. And so all the photos are like,
that's right. Yeah.
they're all like, you saying eyeballs. It reminded me there was
Everybody
literally
was
like
dressed
these
up,
little
right?
like hot dog fingers coming out of a Bloody Mary. And I was like, please don't do that. Like, no, not that. But like some of them were cool. It kind of like one looked like a little cauldron kind of thing.
You can if you want, right?
Yes. I mean, I take it back.
cool
I would love little fingers.
I want a hot dog Bloody Mary. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell them like, hey, this was
hot dog
Halloween,
fingers.
so like, keep that in mind. Like, you don't have to go this route, but like, yeah, some of them had like little smoke and stuff. But yeah, little hot dog fingers. Let's took the fucking cake. I was like, I don't know if I should send this or not.
If I was competing, I would just do the most rancid things to every round. I would do the straight hot dog fucking. I would literally just like bust out a fucking Wiener Schnitzel chili cheese dog and just dump it in my fucking Bloody Mary. Just like, all right, here we go, guys.
Stir around.
Like, I think that's so funny. Like, I think honestly, if you're going into it, you're already bad at making Bloody Marys. You know that, like, okay, well, like, I can make a decent one, but I'm not gonna win.
Yeah.
Go that route.
Yeah.
Go that route.
Yeah.
With, like I said, what we talked about earlier.
Presentation,
Shove the whole
man.
quail in it.
The
Shove a
fucking
chili
chicken,
cheese dog.
Maybe I will enter it. Maybe I'll enter it and just be like a fucking menace the whole time.
I would love that.
Just-
Actually,
What the
I mean,
fuck is this?
dude,
it's
it'd
just
be
vodka
it'd be
and hot dog
hilarious.
water. That's all.
Dude, no, I want
It's
to.
just hot dog water.
Weenie juice.
Just make a plain Jane fucking Bloody Mary, no spice, but just cut a fucking chili cheese dog in half and just put it on top of it. There we
It's
go.
just V8 with 8 hot dogs in it.
I bet it would win. I bet it would win. Here in
might
Victoria,
win.
everybody be like,
There is a
Yeah,
creativity
I
aspect of it, so you could win in
love
creativity.
Wiener Schnitzel. It's got to be from
Look,
Wiener
I
Schnitzel.
love Bloody
Yeah.
Marys, right? I love Bloody Marys. I like Bloody Marys, but like that's always been the thing with these. Like you see these pictures, and it's like seriously like a whole ass like a smoked turkey leg, and like all of this shit hanging out of it, which is cool, man. Presentation's awesome. I don't mind all that stuff.
Right.
But how's the Bloody Mary? How's the actual
Yeah, at that
goddamn
point,
drink?
are we
It's just
even interested
ketchup
in
and
the Bloody
fucking
Mary
vodka
anymore?
at this point. Like that's terrible, man. Like I want a good drink and all
Yeah.
that shit. I feel like a lot of people just go more presentation than quality at that point. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I've talked to a lot of the contestants about their signature drinks and stuff, and it's like it's real interesting to see where their minds are all at. They're all very different.
You're all, don't do that. You're-
I haven't said
Oh.
that, but there was one that I did tell her like I would dial this
Do
back
something.
a little, just a little bit,
a little too much
Well,
sometimes.
because like
Do
some
that.
flavors, it's like those all sound good, but they're very like overwhelming type of flavors. So it's like maybe just dial that back like a little bit. Like
yeah,
a
you start
little
mixing
note
all
of
that stuff
is nice,
together.
but-
It's not. It's not even gonna have a taste. You know what I mean? Like you mix too many things together. It's
Well, you
like-
still want to drink something. You want to make something that people want to drink.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It can't be so weird that it just looks cool.
help
Like
it.
you have to like cater to the judges. So look at your judges, see who they are, you know, and
I was
make
always
something according.
always a quality over presentation type guy, especially
Yeah.
like when I want to drink and when I make drinks. But I've found, you know, obviously this day and age, like everything needs to be picture worthy now. Like it needs to be Instagram worthy, and I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. So it is a part. It is a vital part of
Well, for this,
making
yes.
drinks. But
Like, this is the
end of the
perfect
day, I want
time
it to
to do
taste
something
good.
like
I
that.
really don't give a shit what it looks like. I want it to taste good, man. That's
yeah,
just me.
I feel like
man.
for Bar Wars, you gotta have both though.
You do.
right?
You
Yeah,
really
like
need-
this
you
is
need
the
to have
time to
both.
do that.
You
If-
need to have both.
I'm never in my life thinking about like what cocktail I'm precisely going to make for
Mm-hmm.
an event, like something like that. Like this is the time where you like go home and fuck up a couple drinks,
Yeah.
make some better drinks, mix and match, you know, have a whole little evening to yourself, and then be like, this is it, you know, like dehydrate some stuff, like get some, yeah.
And I mean,
Get
dude,
weird.
the options are limitless, and like I said, I appreciate presentation now more than I did, 10 years ago. But you really do have to have both, though, man. You gotta have a good quality drink and good presentation. It's important, especially for a competition like
Yeah.
this. I
So,
feel
so
like
let me
that's
ask you. So I get this asked a lot at Dodge. I don't know if it's just like the younger kids that come in now, but they do ask me, oh, what's your signature drink? What's your special fucking drink, right?
Oh my God,
and it's like every time they ask me that, I'm just all like, I don't know, dude. My answer is I make so much, my
That's
guy.
exactly.
There's so much I make. I don't have one drink on the top of the fucking mountain.
I don't either.
That like, you know.
But
And I was just like, do y'all have that?
Yeah,
Like,
where they're like, what's your favorite drink to make? And I'm like, it's all the same.
Yeah.
I have my least favorites.
Yeah.
I have things I don't like to make, but I don't have a drink that I'm like, oh, you're ordering this? Like,
Surprise
fuck
me.
yeah. Like,
Surprise me. That's my favorite one. Surprise
to mix
me.
that. Like,
I
no.
surprised the fuck
I'm gonna give you a
out of
hot Jameson right. Surprise.
Yeah, that's the worst. And they're like, I want what you
Favorite
drink.
shot
And
to
I'm
make?
like, no.
Favorite shot to
I know
make?
I have a vagina, but you don't want what I drink. I promise you. I'm going to drink Miller Lite and Fireball. You don't want what I drink.
God.
Okay? I'm not going to make you a
have a low
mama
start
or
and a
whatever
fucking
you
shot of
actually
Jameson.
Fireball. Yeah, like, you don't want what I drink.
But dude, you're not
I
wrong, man.
promise.
Every day, and you know what? And I've been trying to figure out why, and it's man, I really don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
but it's like
tell me what you think, and I'll tell you
I don't-
what I've come to.
I don't know the answer. I don't know the exact answer. But the only thing I can think of is obviously it might be somebody that doesn't go out often, somebody that's not a raging alcoholic or out every night.
Yeah.
You go to a bar you've never been to before. You don't know what they have. I get it. What do y'all have here? What do y'all make here? And I'm like, literally, I have a full bar and beer on tap and beer. Like, what do you want? That's usually my response. Is like what do you make that's badass? I'm like, well, what do you like to drink? And then we'll start from there. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, it's just, especially like older folks, like people my age, like people in their 40s and 50s and shit. That
Well,
like,
I don't get that.
You've been to a bar before. I'm pretty sure you've had drinks before. What do you like to drink?
It's because they think we're
come in
tipsy
and they're like,
bartender.
what do
That's
you
why.
make? And I'm like,
They
I
think
make
we're that
everything.
dude.
Fuck that guy.
Pouring all kinds
You're
of
gonna bring
random
your ice
shit
cream.
in a bathtub.
Bring your
and
ice
we
cream.
just make all kinds
Yeah.
of random stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I got this
we don't
cotton
do that,
candy
dog.
and some fucking
Let
151.
me just pull some gummy bears out of my ass. Gummy bear
tipsy
drink.
bartender,
fucking-
dude.
Yeah, like we can
I
make
hate
cool
it.
looking
I
stuff like
hate it
sex
so
with
much.
alligators. Those
Sure.
look cool.
Yeah.
We can make those.
Yeah.
Do I love to make those?
No.
No.
No,
Do I spend
no.
all my night
What do you like to
making stuff
make?
that looks like
what
that?
do you like to?
No.
What drinks do you like to make? None of them. I hate all of them.
Yeah, and it's
Water.
it's Bob
It's- I
Marley's.
love water.
I hate it. Hate it.
I mean,
But I get
hate
it though.
Bob
Like I said, man,
Marley's.
it's
it just depends on the bar you work at, right? So at Dodge, we typically
Also true.
don't
Yeah,
get
that's
too
also true.
busy to where I have time to make a solid Bob Marley or a Sex with an Alligator. Anything just layered in general.
Takes time.
Like
Things that
fucking
take
a
time.
Holy Diver or Sex with a Fat Man. I have time to do that, but it's like I don't want to overdo it. So like I call that the off menu like shots. Like, what do you want? Oh, I want something special. I'm like, well, I have some off menu stuff. And I'll throw some names out, and then like, those are the things that people don't ask for that like I just save for whatever. And that's what I give the people that ask me for my specialty drinks. I'm all like, I don't really have a specialty, but I have my secret menu stuff.
I never know how to respond to that.
I say secret menu. That's what I go with.
And I've been doing this 20 plus years, and I feel like I
It's
should
weird.
have one, but I don't.
Just-
I mean,
the
there's
thing is that you
what's your
can't-
specialty? And I'm like, fucking everything I'm making.
You can't have one because everyone's
But
so
I don't,
different.
really don't,
The correct
yeah.
response is, well, what do you like to
It's-
drink?
that's what I try to
Because
go with,
everyone's so
yeah.
different, right? Because you get a guy that says, oh, what's your specialty? And then he's like, oh, what do you like to drink? Oh, I like to drink like, whiskey Coke. And you're like, well, I'm not going to make you a Bob Marley then because you're
Yeah,
probably
he's
going
gonna hate
to
it.
enjoy
He's gonna
that.
fucking hate it.
Or like a straight Jambo person that's like, oh, I take Jambo straight. What's your specialty? I want a specialty shot. You're like, I'm going to give you something a little bit more stout. I can't give you a liquid marijuana shot. And literally, I'll get that.
Liquid
Like,
marijuana.
people would ask me what my specialty is, and I'm ended up making them liquid marijuana shots because I asked them what do they want, what do they like, and I'm all like, yo, you sound like a liquid marijuana kind of girl to me. Like, how about we go with those? They're like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'm like, all right, cool. And they're happy. I'm happy. Like, whatever, dude. Like,
It's
specialty thing is,
yeah.
I think they just want to feel special at the bar.
There's a shot
Yeah,
that
for
I
sure.
make like
Yeah, I
pretty
get that. I get
consistently,
that
but it's
too.
because I mainly work Tuesdays and Thursdays when at sports we do the Texas special, so it's all 250. So there's like
Texas
a shot
every day,
that
yeah.
I'm like I use like the Western Suns watermelon, and I just make these like watermelon shots, and consistently they hit. So it's like it just. They come up, they want something fruity. They don't know what they want. They want a 250 shot. What's on special? What's
I
this?
want something
We're gonna get 10
strong,
of
but
them.
not-
Like
I don't
Say
wanna
it's
taste
I
alcohol.
$2.50
Or when they're like,
shots.
make me whatever.
Yikes.
Whatever
That's
you
rough.
want to make
Some
me.
of them are $4 just depending on what it is. Like the cucumber shots. When we start throwing Tabasco and tahini
All the
and like
extra
extra
shit
stuff
in
in
it,
it. They're $4, but even then it's $4. So people will still come in and dead ass ask you for 16 shots.
Yeah, do y'all make Mexican candies with the Western Science watermelon?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised no one's asking for that.
They do, and if they do ask me
say, I feel
for
like
it,
people
I
do ask
will.
for
When
But I'll
watermelon
usually
pucker
charge
was
for like
really
a
hard to
cucumber
find
shot.
around here,
Then so it's still gonna be $4.
Yeah, we did the same thing. I know exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I bring it up.
That's such a weird thing to be.
What?
When watermelon pucker was like impossible to find.
I was making.
Yeah, that was actually a
we're
little
That was
making.
such a
struggle.
weird thing, but
Yeah,
like
it was weird.
Yeah,
but we had to change our Mexican candy
Same.
recipe because we were adding more alcohol. Because instead of using watermelon pucker, I'm using watermelon vodka.
Yeah.
So we were like,
And
what
it's
do we do?
Oh, yeah, we were using the
Yeah.
Smirnoff
We were actually
one.
using
We
the-
took off the tequila from it. So we had this
just the vodka. And,
Yeah, so we're like, no tequila, no, just use the vodka. It's just, still the same shit.
we were
It's
even making them with the old smoky mango habanero moonshine.
damn,
Which
boy.
actually,
That's
they,
kinda nice.
but it
That's
wasn't
fancy as
bad
fuck.
because you didn't have to add any like spice to it. It was already kind of spicy, like so. It
Yeah.
was like it saved a step or two, but I mean, not necessarily the same. It's not watermelon, but pretty much the same.
There's also a couple different ways you can ring in stuff at every bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it depends on how much of an asshole you are.
Well, yeah.
It really does because, like I said, it's like the Mexican candy is more expensive than subbing the tequila for like a watermelon vodka, which they would still be happy with, which would be cheaper. But it's like, how nice are you? You know,
Yeah.
like I have a Deep Eddie's
There's
lemon
definitely a
button.
price change.
That's
That-
different than
watermelon
the
pucker
lemon
to-
drops. The
to-
lemon drops are $4. A Deep Eddie's lemon shot is $2.50. Are you a nice person? I don't know. It's a difference of $2.50 and $4.
Choice is
and
yours.
so
Balls in your court.
That's the difference.
How big of a
like,
tab do you want? How nice are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I typically reserve that for like the regulars or my friends, right? They get the shady pricing, right? For sure.
Shady pricing.
That's what I call
Well,
it.
because I'm like even with the lemon drops, I'm not using any more liquor. I'm not like
Yeah.
throwing the extra mixer and stuff like that in isn't really that much more expensive, but there is a button for it and it is
Yeah.
$4.
As far as inventory goes, you're still within the guide.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
no,
Yeah,
it's
like
not
if you're an
giving
asshole,
anything
I'm definitely
away.
charging you for Red Bull.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Sure.
absolutely.
For
For
sure.
sure, charging you
Topo.
for the Red
We have
Bull.
a topo up charge for them.
Yeah, see.
Them ranch waters.
Yeah.
Depends on if I like you or not.
So back to bars because we're getting towards the end of the podcast. So one of my favorite things that we haven't mentioned yet about Bar Wars that I loved being a contestant about was the rare opportunity to mingle with different bartenders from different bars all around Victoria.
Yes.
And just getting to know people, right? Like, because, like back in the day, I came from the Cactus Canyon kind of thing. And, like, I got to bartender, with the Brown Bag, the people from sports, people from 205 were there, people from, I want to say Cowgirls were there when that bar was still around.
Yeah.
That
And it
that
was
far
like a
back,
weird
yeah.
chance to sit at a table or just like stand in a circle and just shoot the shit with other bartenders. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh,
that's,
I love that too. That was one of
and
my
I
favorite
think
things. about it, man.
walking away from my years competing in Bar Wars, that was my biggest takeaway from that. So I would say to the new contestants, look forward to that. Please
Absolutely.
mingle around, share your knowledge, share your experience. Pretty much do what we do here, right? To where we just talk about our bar experiences.
It's
Yeah.
rare,
dude.
to be off on a Friday
Yeah.
and to hang out with a bunch of
Is
other
it on a
bartenders.
Friday or a Saturday?
It's a Friday.
Friday.
But yeah, it does give people like the opportunity to win categories and stuff from like there was one year for sure some dude sweeped it and I didn't know who he was. I never even
independent
heard of him.
guy. I
I'd
don't remember
never
that
even
dude's
heard of
name,
him.
but he came and won
most
everything,
people didn't
yeah.
know who he was and
Yeah.
he swept it, you
Wow.
know. And so like there's always the chance of that. There's
Yeah.
like gonna be people that have been bartending for a couple years that are gonna come and they're
Sure.
gonna win the signature drink round or they're gonna win the Bloody Mary. So like you honestly never know. It's almost kind of worse when they have been doing it for a long time and they don't win. You know, like
Right.
I've got a
Oh,
little
like
pride cup, but
70 years
but it
old,
could be
I'm
anything, you
the
know.
winner.
I might get a little upset about it, but no, you're right. I agree, man. That was like one of the best parts of that. And plus, I mean, back then we all already kind of hung out when we did,
Yeah.
when we could. But the fact that we were all there at the same time, like on a Friday, hanging out, and it was fun, man. That was really fun. That was something I really enjoyed about it too. And like I said, we all kind of hung out and partied and stuff. But to be off on a Friday and get to do this thing, and it was busy and it was for charity, and It's fun, man. It was a good time. It was the competition's there, of course, but like it was friendly. It's a friendly competition, man. Nobody's out there trying to cut throat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Cutthroat,
It's for a
good opportunity to
cause.
make friends.
Sure.
That's what I did, right?
Absolutely, man.
Like, I felt real fun. I felt like just real, I felt kind of high just being able to, fuck around with you and Terrence and, Andro and everyone
It's kind of like we
there.
were working together, but like
Yeah.
not working.
Not working, because we're doing what we do at work, but we're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah, because everybody works everywhere else, but like there's really never an opportunity where you're all gonna work together.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild to think about. But yeah, Brittany, if you want to, we can wrap things up here. If you want to tell the crowd when Bar Wars is going to happen and what time and stuff. Here's your camera here. Go ahead and play your stuff.
May 12th is Bar Wars. It starts at 8 o'clock. It's benefiting Meals on Wheels. We're going to have a silent auction. We're going to have a 50-50 raffle. We said everything goes to charity. Everything is going to Meals on Wheels. It's a great organization. It's a fun event. So show up, spend some money, bring your checkbooks, all that stuff, have some drinks, and it's going to be a really good time. So hope to see y'all there.
Yeah. Please show up. Come to Bar Wars. See all the cool drinks that these bartenders make here in Victoria. Also, is it too late to sign up as a contestant, or can someone still sneak in if they want to?
Depends on when this airs.
I'll get it out this week. What's the deadline? Would you have a deadline for signs up?
We had our deadline. It's mainly just because I need their signature drink liquors. So I need time to get these liquors in and stuff for everybody. But for sure, at least a few days before.
If you're a bartender and you still want to, give it a whirl, fucking get with Brittany. I'm sure your signature drink ain't too complex, right? Just
I'm gonna need some skull.
Yeah, don't think 1942. Don't do that because anything's gonna happen.
Signature drinks whatever. do your Bloody Mary hot dog shit. That's cool too. I'm really gonna consider
I need some schnitz before you go. I
just want to pull it out of my pocket, dude. I just want to be. I want to be wearing a jacket and just be like, hold on. See a whole chili cheese dog, unwrap it, and just
the last minute you just mix it with your finger. Hold on.
And I just want to, dude. I really should.
Love for you to be a menace,
dude. I really should, and just be recording the fucking judges being like, who's gonna bite the hot dog?
Somebody's gonna do it.
Someone's like, dude, there's like all soggy buns and everything. I'll think about it. I know we're all gonna be. E4 is gonna be there. We're sponsoring as well with other sponsors, and we're just gonna be there, just kind of hyping people up and making little videos while we're there. So we'll be there having fun. But I'll think about signing up last minute, just being a menace. I don't know what my signature drink would be. Maybe it'll just be a soaked gummy bear or something. I don't know, dude. I give you the room temp Coors Light.
I microwave it a little bit.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
A room temp Coors Light with a crazy straw. That's what it is.
With a crazy straw. Presentation, baby. I like
presentation. Look at this shit. Anyways, thank you all for watching the E4 podcast. Please check out Bar Wars on what date?
May 12th.
May 12th. And we'll see you there. All right. Peace, guys.
Later.
I never had a father.